Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to another entertaining, lazy weekend here at the Poor Parenting Podcast Studios, a.k.a. my kitchen.
Yeah. Your house.
My house. As we bring you another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting, a podcast where me, Jason.
And me, Jennifer.
Have a few drinks.
And talk shit about our kids.
All the shit.
All the shits.
Oh my
God. They can take this podcast to their therapists when they get older.
Yes. And go listen to all the episodes where we talk about our kids and you'll understand why we are crazy like we are.
Yep.
Please... I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Please follow us on Instagram and YouTube now at Guide to Poor Parenting. If you haven't seen our YouTube channel, it's mostly just the podcast is like a still image with the audio in the background. Mm-hmm. But we've started doing some shorts on YouTube Shorts and TikTok, and Jennifer will tell you about that.
Yeah, and then you can follow us on Twitter/Facebook/TikTok at Poor Parent Pod.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I just realized? I haven't been doing the videos to Twitter. Shit, I need to go back and I'm going to start dumping videos on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah, well.
Dump everywhere, Jason.
I'm trying. I have to be careful with my Twitter because, like, Twitter is, it's like Tumblr used to be, where it's like a mix of like PG stuff and really filthy pornography.
Okay.
And my personal Twitter is just filthy pornography.
I think I do have a Twitter. I think I've only voted for drag queens and sent something to Jimmy Fallon about like misheard song lyrics. So I probably only have like 5 tweets.
Yeah. So don't follow. Yeah. Don't follow us our personal Twitters.
No.
I don't even know what my personal Twitter is.
Me neither.
I just look at stuff. But yeah, our Twitter, I will start posting. I just like, God bless. I can't believe I didn't post anything on there.
That's okay, baby. You're doing so much. Use a daddy, use a grandpa, use a husband, use working.
I'm a working lady.
That's right.
Miss Jennifer, how's your week been?
It's been all right. Getting the foot ready for the cruise.
Yep.
I know that this will be after the cruise, but that is what I'm doing right now is trying to get this foot. Walked around Costco this morning because all the shit I need is at the very back of fucking Costco. Always. Just trying to get all the stuff ready. So that way I'm not like last minute packing.
Yep.
Because I don't like I like to be prepared. And then I have to get my room ready because my brother stays at my house to take care of the animals. And not really the house, but just the animals. Because he doesn't go to bed until they usually eat their breakfast. So it's perfect. Yeah.
What time does he go to bed? Like 4?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So he'll, like, before he goes to bed, he'll feed them, let them out, and then bring them back in with him. And then by the time he wakes up again, he'll, let them out again. But yeah, he's starting I guess he did a community college for like his prerequisites. Now he's doing another college for like the actual like degree. And I'm so proud of him. And he starts on Tuesday.
I'm very proud of him too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's going to be taking care of the house for me and the animals. And so I'm just been trying to keep up with my room because my room usually isn't messy or disorganized, but I've had to bring in all my gaming systems, my Cokes, my coffees, my lotion, and not even lotion for what a normal 13-year-old would use it for, but because he doesn't want to be ashy and he'll use like a whole fucking bottle on his body. So like I gotta hide shit from my kid. It's just so sad, but that's what I gotta do. So I did some of that this week. What about you? How's your week been?
Well, I was about to say, when you were talking about getting ready to walk around the cruise ship and everything, for the last, I would say 2 months probably, Zay and I have been doing your shopping for you, grocery shopping. Because normally on Sundays before the podcast, Jennifer and Zay and I will all go grocery shopping because she hates grocery shopping.
Yes, I hate shopping in general.
Yeah. So we would all go together and, just take care of it together. But your foot's been so messed up, you haven't been able to walk. So we're just you never have a lot. So we're just just send us your list and we'll go get it for you. And We've been doing that for a while. But it shocked me today because you're like, I'm going to Costco. You want anything? And then, I was like, oh, no, we're good. And then I just thought of something.
Oh, well, because you told me yesterday you were going to go.
I know.
And I was like, well, look, I get to do something for him. Yay. And you're like, no, we're good. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, Zane asked me about that too. I was like, I don't remember what I wanted. Well, we still don't remember, but
Well, you thought of something.
well, because it was like the better than bouillon, that shit I used to make chicken broth.
Yeah.
I used up a whole giant jar of the stuff. I go through that stuff so quickly.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I got you. But yeah, so I did that because, well, I had to get gas today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I pushed myself yesterday. Me and you walked around the mall. Mm-hmm. That was a good push. And then today was walking around Costco. And then I'm just going to, throughout the week.
I will say I am nervous about the cruise. I like walking and stuff is fine with me for now, but bicycling is a bit scary to me because I still remember when we went to New Orleans with the kids at Christmas time, and we tried to do a swan paddle boat in the pond outside the art museum. And I don't think I realized my hip was fucked up at the time, and I couldn't pedal. It just hurt so bad. And you with your fucked up knee had to do the pedaling, and we finally just let the kids do it.
Yeah.
And they had a blast. But
that's also a different type of pedaling.
Yeah.
Than a bike would be anyways. But then you got to think about me. What was it, like a week after my knee surgery? We went to Florida to the beach and decided to ride some fucking bikes. And I was cussing the entire time because that's not something your knee wants to do after having surgery.
Yep. I think even your physical therapist was like, what the fuck? So I'm a little bit nervous about bicycling around Key West. But we'll, probably July, y'all, our 4 listeners will hear updates on how we did. Yeah. Jennifer will be talking about how she had to gimp around the ship all the time. And I was like...
We found a wheelchair for Jennifer.
Yeah.
We just pushed her around.
And I had to take 100 breaks just so I didn't die on the bicycling. Frankly, it's not even the hip that I'm worried about. It's I'm so out of shape now because I haven't exercised in probably since the pandemic.
But I mean, you walk.
I do walk a lot, but biking is a different thing.
Do you have a bike that you can use to try this week?
They're all the 2 bicycles I have that work. The tires are flat and they need to be serviced anyway. So I just haven't been able to. My thought was, I'll get them serviced and I'll bike. That didn't happen. So I'm just praying to God.
Well, you're going with Kalia.
Yeah.
I think Kalia doesn't stand up to bike anyways, so I'm sure you walking the bike next to her will probably be about as fast.
Well, the fact that she's even at my out of shape late 40s, I'm probably still able to do more than a 10-year-old girl.
Well, it's the fact that she won't stand up.
Yeah.
Because she just sits.
Yeah, and she'll get tired.
That's harder.
Yeah, and she'll get tired.
Because, I mean, you get your momentum when you stand up and you can really push. Mm-hmm. She doesn't do that. So I really don't think you have a problem with that. Yeah. Because, like I said, she's going to be sitting there pedaling, and if there's a hill, she's going to get up and walk the damn thing up the hill anyways, because she's done that so many times around. Like when we've went bike riding with them in the past.
I remember we used to yell at her, stand up.
Yeah, and she's just scared of it, which is, I mean, at least she knows how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
I give her that.
I still remember trying to teach her. I would scream at her because she wouldn't pedal. She would just sit there. I was like, pedal! And I'm like, my fat ass is running, trying to push her. I'm like, pedal, baby, pedal.
Yeah.
And she'd just sit there. And I'm like, pedal your fucking shit.
You want to learn how to do this by yourself. No one's going to push you. So you got to pedal.
Yeah. Justin thankfully took over and taught her. He got her taught. But I was like, Christ on a cracker. That was tough.
Yeah.
Were you done with your week? I don't remember. Okay, yeah.
I think I already had.
Yeah, you did ask me how my week. My week's going pretty good. I think I've talked about the podcast before. I started taking the trizepatide.
Yep.
The
Ozempic.
Yeah, I think it's Zepbound or whatever. So that's been interesting. I've lost a little bit of weight. I certainly don't have much of as much appetite as I used to. I'm not as I'm not as light of an eater as you are nowadays.
Right.
But I'm definitely like, I rarely ever finish a meal. And Zay and I went out to Jim and Nick's barbecue here in town, and I just had like a soup and salad. And so I was very full afterwards.
Well, that's good.
So I'm definitely losing weight. We'll see how it goes. It's a little expensive, but it's a whole lot cheaper than the med spa I first went to. And it was like $400 a month. This is about $200 a month. So still kind of expensive, but like I can afford that pretty easily.
Yeah.
And
And
not
it's
having
something that you want to do, and it makes you feel better than your money.
Yeah. Well, and also like I did the screening, and I am pre-diabetic, so it's like I needed to get this under control.
Right.
And I will say I'm a little. I think I may have mentioned on this podcast before, but I am scared to give Kalia an eating disorder about this whole thing, because I know how much, moms who've been on diets will influence their daughters to be on diets, and I don't want that for her.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, I got to lose weight. And so anytime we talk about like eating stuff, it's never, oh, I need to be skinny. It's like, I need,
Health purposes.
yeah. It's like, I was telling her and my mom, I was like, oh, I'm on it. I bet by the end of the summer, I'll be off my medication, because that's what I really want, is just to be off my other blood pressure and heart cholesterol medication.
Yeah. And you have history in your family, so you want to make sure you're okay. And you've tried all the other stuff before.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, like throughout your years, you've gone up and down and up and down and up and down. So if this works for you, I just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
And healthy.
Well, I mean, like, if I'm going to be taking medication for the rest of my life, I was like, I'd rather take something that's going to make me able to do more and stay thin.
Yeah.
Not just for aesthetic reasons, but it's just like, I really it's hard on my heart, and I know I have a fatty liver, so. But
Fatty liver.
Fatty liver. Like, what is it? The foie gras? They could use my, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm, but nope.
Yep.
I do, but.
Yeah, they could make foie gras out of my liver, because it's fatty.
Nope. Nope.
So, what else? Something else has been going on this week. What?
You've been watching my kid for me. You're an angel.
Yeah, no, that's...
And next week, too.
That's not it. Unrelated, but, we, when you do cruises, if you start out in the United States, you only have to have your birth certificates, as long as they call it a closed loop cruise. So I guess you start and stop in the same location. And, so you don't have to have your passport. And so we're all just bringing our birth certificates. And Zane and I are going on a trip in 2025 to Japan for our 10-year anniversary.
2025.
2025.
All
Mom.
back. Last episode.
So we had, we've been hearing horror stories about how long it takes the State Department to get the passports in. So we're like, well, let's just go ahead and do it. We're thinking about it. Let's go ahead and submit them. And the motherfuckers came in within like a month and a half.
Awesome.
I was so shocked.
That's great.
But it was funny because we went to, we originally were going to go to the post office because they have a passport office to help you. But it was crazy busy. And I was like, well, I've got the forms online and I've already printed them out and filled them out. And the only reason we would really go to the post office is to get the pictures taken, because I think I've taken pictures at CVS before and they've sent them back. Well, so we went to CVS again, and I guess they got software from the State Department or something to tell if it's a good quality picture.
Okay.
But it was funny because they took mine. It's great. Worked out fine. And then they did Zane's, and they're like, oh, it's registering your eyes are closed. They weren't. So we did it again. 3 more times he had to do it.
Oh, wow.
And then by the 4th time, it looks like he's like shocked because he's having to hold his eyes are super wide
open. That's funny.
But we got him in, and I was like, ooh, yay. But
I didn't know that you could take the photo. I thought it had to be like at a Kinko's or that's the only place I ever heard of was like the...
Well, I remember when I used to live in Madison, the Rite Aid and Walgreens had photo services that
for the passports.
Yeah, they say they offer passport photos.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and I think that's where I went the last time, and the State Department rejected the picture, but this time they took them.
Okay,
so.
Well that works, and then you have them, and you don't have to worry about that.
Yep. Although since Kalia doesn't have her passport, though, we still have to probably wait in the birth certificate line.
Yeah. I mean, could she wait with us?
Yeah, but I don't want to have to make you manhandle 2 children, so we'll just go with y'all.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Benjamin will already be on the cruise.
Yeah.
Because he's like fucked up kids.
Yeah, seriously.
Like anybody that doesn't have kids. Go.
Yeah. We were, you and Benjamin had decided to do, when we were in Bimini, Bahamas, you two were talking about doing the excursion where you just go to a resort and hang out at their private beach and their pools and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I think I had asked if, I was like, could I send Kalia with you? And Benjamin was like, nope.
No, Benjamin didn't answer.
Oh, okay. I thought he had.
You just were like, I'll just leave her on the boat.
Yeah, fuck him.
Because she's already going to do the bike thing with you.
Yeah.
While me and Zane do the rum tasting.
Yes.
And I really hope that they drive us around because...
they're going to have to.
Did you say they're going to have to?
Because it's such a, like...
I don't know. I've never been any of these islands. So, like, I was just hoping.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to just for time's sakes to get you back in time.
Well, so I was talking to a friend yesterday who's been on a few cruises. Mm-hmm. She did say I should get the drink package. And I was like, but I'm not going with drinkers. So it's not really going to be... like beneficial, like the cost per drink thing, like 15 drinks a day when you're gone for 12 hours of it. But I did tell her about the rum tasting, and she said, hopefully you get someone like we did, because it was like someone's birthday.
Ooh.
And she was like, they were just pouring shots. She says, for like me and two of my really good girlfriends, we can drink.
Right.
And she said she was drunk. And that's saying something.
Hell
and I
yeah.
was like, okay. So be like, I just graduated. My birthday was last month.
I was like, just tell him Zane's his birthday. It was like, Zane's a June baby.
But I mean, it would be true for me though, because, my birthday's in May.
Yeah.
Even though we'll be there in June. But then, I just graduated from community college. Woo woo.
Woo. Although you did almost have a minor heart attack the other day.
Oh my God, that scared the shit
Well,
out of me.
tell our desperately curious listening audience.
So, I was told this was my last class was my last class. And that class was fucking hard. It's legalese. It's the legal parts of business. Boring
law.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Now, in the beginning, I was like, oh, well, I understand this. I know what voir dire is because I watch a lot of, lawyer shows. But then it got into, contracts, and I'm like, fucking grr, But when I looked at my degree works is what it was called, it said 100%. I'm like, perfect. I'm done. I could have walked the stage. I decided not to. Didn't want to pay anymore, and also walking is not the easiest for me right now. And the only reason why I had originally thought I might walk was to show Wesley all this work, but he doesn't pay any fucking attention to anything anyways, so he would not even understand how much work was put into this. So whatever,
Frankly, he's probably not graduating from college anyway.
Right. I mean, he's going to go high school. Even if I have to take his ass every fucking day and bring him to homeroom, he is going to go. So I just happened to go because I was like, I wonder how long it takes to get your diploma or your, piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it said 96%. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It was 100% 2 weeks ago. Why is it at 96%? And I started freaking out because I was like, do I have to take another fucking class? I've been telling everybody that this cruise is for my graduation, which in a way it is, but not really, because we do a family vacation every year anyways. But I was like, I've been lying to all these motherfuckers, and I don't lie. That was really what was getting to me, is because I don't lie. And I'm like, oh shit. So
I don't think anybody would have thought you were lying. I think they would have, if you had told them, oh, they fucked up and something happens.
Well, they would believe me, but I still don't like the thought of even lying on accident. Does that make sense?
It does, but it's it wouldn't have been your fault, so you wouldn't have lied.
Yeah, semantics.
Okay.
Anyways, so the website sucks, and I just wanted to be like, who do I email? Because I'm at work. I'm not even really supposed to be on this website. I was just checking real quick, but finally I found a phone number, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna call these motherfuckers and just be like, hey, what's going on? And the dude, he had called me back, but because it's another city, a Decatur phone number, I didn't answer because spam. It went directly to voicemail. But he also emailed me. He just said it's part of the old system to the new system. And he's like, you're good. You're still going to be okay. And I was, this. Mama did not want to take another class. Like, I was just, and a part of me was just like, fuck it. I did 96%. Like,
fuck you, people.
I'm not even going to make 100. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't want to take no more. But luckily, we're all good. Whew. God.
Wow, that was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm glad that I've got it figured out. Like, I am very a talker out louder. You know what that means. I talk out loud.
And you use proper English.
I do not, but I know how to if I have to. But I talk to movie screens. I talk to my phone screen. I talk to my computer at work. Like, I talk out loud.
Yep.
So everybody around me, which is just 2 people, heard me in the whole 96%. And I was like, oh, guys, he came back and he said 100%. And they're like, yay. But yeah, so that's that story.
When you're talking about, you talk to your screen, or kind of like this earlier this week, Kalia has been, just watching TV. Normally she's like got this heavy felt blanket, or I don't know what it is, but it is heavy and does not breathe.
Yeah.
And she just lays underneath it and sweats and gets herself funky as hell.
Yeah.
But in the afternoon, I guess she kind of wakes up and she's like standing in front of the TV, screaming at it.
Yeah.
And so I like towards like Friday, I was kind of had to stop, and I was like stood up. I was like, Kalia, come here. So she came over. She's like, what? Please stop screaming at the TV. She's like, oh, sorry. Because she'll just like yell at it and like act out a scenario in her head. And I was like, girl, shut up.
Yeah. I was in here eating my lunch earlier, and she was talking. She's talking to the TV. Okay. Auntie Jay, did you not hear that? Were you talking to me? I automatically assume, baby girl, when you're in there and you're not coming to me, you're just having a good old field day with whatever you're watching. Because I understand I'm that person that talks back to my screen. Ooh, she wearing? Ooh, don't go in that room. Ooh,
oh, yeah.
Run, bitch, run. Like, I am that person.
Yeah, that's her too. Well, she's even more. She's like play acting.
Oh, I don't do all that, but yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm the person that Zane doesn't want to sit next to at a movie theater, but you don't mind.
No, I'll talk with you. I have no problem.
My thing is, a lot of the times, it's not me talking to the screen when I'm with you guys, because I try to, like, I tell myself, shut the fuck up. Like, don't say anything. But it's when I either have, like, a funny quip or, I got to tell him. Because of my ADHD, I have to tell you right then and there, or also because of my memory, I won't remember. And I think this is like the best shit ever. It probably isn't, but in my head, like, I gotta tell you right then and there, or I will forget, and then it'll hurt. Like,
yeah, I think next time we all go to the movie, we'll just let poor Zane sit off on his own, so he doesn't disturbed by us. Because like you and me will be chattering the entire movie. Kalia will like kind of nudge me. The 3 of us will be talking.
Well, we just put Zane, Wesley.
Yeah, because Wesley doesn't talk. He'll sometimes
only when Mama's crying in the movie theater that one time,
and he'll be looking at it. It's like So good times.
Yeah, good times.
All right, well, Miss Jennifer, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking our staple.
Yes.
This is the staple of the house, the staple of the podcast, because I think we've probably drank it many times.
Yeah, it's probably our 5th or 6th.
But we love this wine.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a box, and some people think box, oh my God. It is so fucking yummy, in my opinion, that I fucking love it. This is the Nighthawk Bourbon Barrel Cabernet.
Yep.
And I mean, you get 4 bottles in one box for under $20. Sometimes we get it on sale. Mm-hmm. And it lasts.
Shit lasts forever.
And it, well, not really.
Forever, but like.
Not for us. But I mean, it doesn't go bad.
Yeah, it doesn't get gross.
Yeah, like after a month, if you just left open a bottle, it would be bad. But with it being in the box, like, oh my God, it's just the best. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're drinking.
So one time we were, as I said earlier, Jennifer and Zane and I will shop for groceries, and we were walking around Kroger's, and We're walking past the wine arrow.
Well, they hadn't had it.
Yeah, like that. Sometimes they don't. Kroger doesn't have it.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Jennifer goes, "Bourbon barrel, bourbon barrel," and we're like, "What? Bourbon barrel?" She's pointing. So anytime we walk past that, we're all like, "Bourbon barrel,
yeah,
bourbon barrel."
I mean, because I think it was like a month
Yeah.
that they didn't have it, and we were like, "Oh my god, where are we gonna get it? Like, where's our bourbon barrel?" And then I saw it and I got excited, and that's what happens.
And we were all like, "What the fuck is she saying?"
Words run together, and they
Bourbon
just mouth vomit, or word vomit, just bourbon barrel.
Yep. All right, so we got our cocktail.
Yep.
So this is this is our part of our new format for the season. We're going to do Reddit posts.
That's right.
So do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I think you went first last time, so I will go first this time.
Sounds great. Now, if I remember correctly, this is a long one, but I could be wrong.
No, this is a short one.
Okay.
This is the one that I didn't get to do the last episode.
Okay.
So this is for the people listening, all 12 of you, and Benjamin, hi. I don't read these, and I don't know what Jason reads to me because I like the honest, I guess. Reaction, yeah.
Yep.
He has to because, someone
I prep the
be
stuff.
able to give it to both of us to do. But
I'll give it to you.
that reminds me of yesterday in the car. Sorry.
Give it to me, Mama.
Yeah. All right. So this is titled, "Told my mom I didn't want to personally adopt, and she got hurt by it." So let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So let's make it a little brighter. It says, I, 26 female from Vietnam, told my mom I didn't want to adopt because of my personal trauma, and I don't know if I could deal with a child who I adopt, and it led to her being hurt from what I said. Okay. That really doesn't.
Yeah, just keep going.
She told me she was hurt because when I said I didn't want to adopt because of my personal trauma, it sounded like I didn't want her and I didn't want this life. She said it sounded like I wanted my birth mother over her, going on about how in her godly destiny it was in her path to adopt, and I cried when she was ranting about it. It's a big jump, and it really made me feel guilty and upset. Mama need to get over her. This is about baby girl. This is not about mama. She didn't say I didn't want you to be my mama. She probably did growing up, because all kids say that, no matter if they're adopted or biological.
My mom.
Yeah. But mama just need to deal with her own feelings, because that.
Well, I had forgotten. I didn't either. I forgot. I didn't read that part about the godly destiny. I was like, so did you do this out of love for a child and desire to help, or did you do this? I don't like that. Yeah. I mean, like, I used to, like, because I grew up in a family where adoption was pretty common. Like, my brother was adopted, and there was a couple other people in my family that were adopted. So, like, it wasn't a big thing. It wasn't ever like a taboo. But over the years, I'd met people like, oh, I could never adopt, and I would say I kind of was like, I hate to admit it, but I kind of have a negative, for a while I had a negative opinion about them, because I'm like, so you couldn't love a child that wasn't your own. But I think as I've gotten older and I have become been a parent a longer time, I kind of understand. It's like, this is such a hard endeavor in general. Right. Like, if you're not 100% behind it, like, it probably would be better if you were so willing to love something unconditionally, a person so unconditionally, it doesn't matter who their biological parents are. That'd be great. But that's not the reality we live in.
Right. And it's also not about it not being biologically yours, I think. Yeah. It's a lot about what the fuck they went through before you got them. Yeah. That shit is hard to deal with, because you just randomly get some stories that you ain't never heard before, and you're like, oh, okay, that happened. I'm sorry that happened. That won't happen here. That kind of thing. That's hard. Yeah. And I mean, we took a class, 3 hours for 10 weeks every Monday. Mm-hmm. And the first half of the class is this is what your child has possibly gone through for the first half. Yep. And like half the people in my class left. Yep. Because they couldn't deal with that part of it. Yep. Because when you get your child, they've lost everyone they've ever loved. Mm-hmm. Could be multiple times if they've been in good foster homes. Yeah. So that's a lot of loss.
Yeah.
I ain't lost that many people in my life. So I think that's a lot to do with like why some people can't, is that part. I hope anyways.
Yeah.
And it also could be because, they're not my blood. Fuck blood, because my family is not my blood, and I love every one of you guys.
Yeah. Well, I will say, like, the people that do it through religious conviction, I get a little bit worried about, because I think they have a slightly misguided idea of what it means.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you adopt, you have to be ready for, like, no matter how great any adoption is, the reason they're being adopted is because of a tragedy, a loss.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to recognize that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, doesn't matter how good your intentions are, doesn't matter how nice and good a parents you are.
Yep.
It always starts off with a loss for the child.
Yep.
And, not just a loss of biological parents, it doesn't matter what the parents were like. It's a loss of identity too, because you just don't know who you were.
Well, that, and then when you adopt them, their last name changes.
Yeah.
They can change their first, middle, last name all at one time. So there is no part of the old them sometimes.
Well, and for like international adoptions or like transracial adoptions like this one, I mean, like the adopted child is always the other.
Yeah.
It's like you just exist as an other.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah. Now, if I had adopted a white child, they definitely would have been an other.
Yeah.
Now, I was reading the comments, and I just have to say this one part. The one person was like, says, religious parents telling their children that adoption was, quote unquote, God's plan is an, all capitals, abuse tactic.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's true. But damn, they said it.
I mean, I kind of agree.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
Okay. So this is a short one too, but I thought it would be a good talking point because we've both gone through something similar.
Okay.
Title is, I'm not replacing it.
Oh, okay.
My 7-year-old has a habit of not putting his things where they go. I tell him multiple times not to take his sweatshirt off at school because he never remembers where he leaves it, and they can only wear the school logo one. Same with everything else. He bought $20 worth of stuff from the book fair, left it somewhere at school, and couldn't find it. I told him I would not replace it, and someone probably took it. And I tell him this constantly. Of course, he started crying, but I'm not giving him any money to replace anything. I mean, I think you and I agree on this, but yeah, like we both have stories about like, yeah.
I mean, sounds fair.
Yeah. Even with Kalia, like I've been a bit mean to her. Like she used to be real bad about wanting to take toys and shit to everywhere we went. Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, we're going to the movie. Can I bring a doll? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right. But I got to the point where I was like, listen, you leave that doll, it stays there. I'm not going back for it.
That's right.
And I remember she broke down crying because she left a little fucking McDonald's doll at a theater one time. And I was like, I'm not going back for it.
No.
I was like, especially if it was an expensive doll, I might consider it. No, but you
wouldn't have let her take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expensive doll. But yeah, I know like the reason this made me think of us is because like you have been fighting Wesley about sheets lately.
Oh yeah,
because he just has a pile of piss-soaked sheets and towels in his room.
Yep.
And he's sleeping on a bare mattress.
Yep.
Because he won't do anything about it. And you're just like, if you don't care, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm throwing it away.
Yeah.
You just won't have any.
Yeah.
I mean, if that makes me a bad mom. Makes me a bad mom. But I've given them, tomorrow will be 3 days. All you have to do is put them in the washing machine. I do the rest. Because I don't trust him with fucking detergent. That's all you have to do. It's not that fucking hard to take your sheets and put them in the washing machine. And the thing is, for 8 years old to 11 and a half, no fucking problem. Every time he peed the bed, sheets went in the washing machine. Like clockwork. So this is not a new concept.
Nope.
This is just him being lazy, nasty,
stubborn,
13. I don't know what the fuck, but I'm done. I'm not going to fight you over fucking sheets. If you want to have a piss-soaked mattress and you want to lay on that all night, that's you. That's your decision.
Yep.
This is the decision you're making with me asking you for 3 days. Just put them in the washing machine.
And I think like I remember this whole concept of I'm not replacing it. Like we have both like Kalia's the tablet that Kalia's been using forever, it died. Like the charging port stopped working, and Wesley's tablet is shattered to shit.
Yep.
Still works, but but neither of us have gone out of our ways to quickly replace them.
No,
because I don't want, at least for me, I didn't want Kalia getting the idea. I was like, oh, if it breaks, I'm immediately getting a replacement. Like, nah. I was like, you will get one eventually, and I replaced it just for the cruise because I wanted to have something to do.
And that's the only reason why he gets a replacement. When he gets it back, when we get back from the cruise, I don't know. He might just stay with the broken one.
Yeah.
But the broken one, you can't plug in headphones. The only reason why I want a new one is because I don't want to hear him. I can't hear it. Or have to hear him trying to read it or whatever. I just want him to have some fucking headphones and him just fucking sit there and watch the damn show.
Yep.
It's the only reason why. I am not one to replace stuff easily because you need to know how to take care of your shit.
Yeah.
And he has a habit of saying, oh, you drop your phone all the time, which I don't, but I'm covered front, back, side to side.
But
I don't drop my shit. Well, he doesn't say shit, but, I don't drop mine. I don't drop mine. How the fuck you got that massive ass crack in it? Or why the fuck are you going to chew on it and crack it because you chewed on your tablet? Yeah, keep fucking talking.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, he still doesn't get the idea of the natural consequence.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter if you drop your phone. Like if you drop your phone a bunch, you have to pay money to replace it. So that's your natural consequence.
Right.
If he drops it a lot, he doesn't have to replace it. So, I mean.
He just doesn't understand consequences at all.
Oh, fuck no.
I mean, he just, I don't know.
So I thought that was it was a good discussion point, even though we agree kind of on everything, but it's just like,
definitely.
Okay.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Especially if it's you have to buy like school uniforms and they're leaving it, or I couldn't tell if they left the sweatshirt or if they left the stuff that they bought.
Both.
Okay.
Both is what I got.
I mean, that's on you, dude.
I will say I've known parents that like have gotten their kids have replaced cell phones because they keep cracking screens, and I'd be like, nah, you're gonna be without for months.
I'll buy you a box of Band-Aids.
Yeah.
If you cut yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'll buy you.
I was like, go get a job. It's like, you get this every 2 years, maybe, if you're good. But all right, what you got, Miss Jennifer?
All right, my next one is a little lengthy.
Okay.
But hopefully it's good. If it's not, blame Jason because he picked it.
That's fine.
It says, my wife is strict with our son. I don't know who has the correct approach. Okay. My son just turned 5 last week. He's always been a particular little boy. Stubborn and headstrong. I feel that. My wife and I have very different approaches to it. I tend to make compromises while she can be almost as stubborn as him. Yeah, I see that one too. She's a great mom, but I think she can be too harsh. When he was 3, he started to go through the typical phase of leaving bed to come to our room. My wife would not allow it. She would take him back to his own bed each time. We took turns sleeping on the floor till he was asleep for nearly every night for a year until he stopped coming completely. Not once did she let him in our bed. There were times I said I wouldn't mind him sleeping with us, and she told me she didn't want it to become a habit. I went along with it, but felt bad when he would ask to sleep in our bed, and we always would say no, even if he had a nightmare or was sick. That is one example. Another is there was a time she made him a bowl of ice cream that he refused to eat because he didn't want the bowl she chose. She asked him repeatedly if he would eat it as was, and he screamed no, so she threw it out, leading to a bigger tantrum. I understand her refusal to switch bowls once he started screaming, as it would have sent the wrong message, but I didn't see why she couldn't have switched it when he first said he didn't want that bowl calm. There are a lot of instances like this. The most recent incident that brings me to Reddit, he is going through a new picky eating phase. He used to be a good eater of all things, vegetables included. Lately, all he wants is mac and cheese. He won't even happily eat other tasty things like pancake. Damn. We only let him have it about every other week or so. As a result, he often refuses dinner until he's too hungry and eats anyways. My wife and I were at our wits' end until I discovered a hack. He would eat if it was off my or my wife's plate and fork. Sharing is annoying, so I get why my wife doesn't like it, but I think it is better than him not eating. My wife outright refuses to allow it to show him quote unquote natural consequences of being hungry when he won't eat. When he asks for a bite off her plate, she always says no. He can eat the same thing off his own plate. So, not wanting to undermine her, I also said no when he asked to eat off my plate. We actually get into a small fight over this last night. After the kids were asleep, I said I thought she was way too harsh and needs to be able to indulge when the kids go through phases. She said, absolutely not on things like this because she is allowed to have her personal boundaries and it would be setting a bad example for his little brother. He is too. He eats enough and is not malnourished, by the way. Usually he caves and eats something, but I feel bad he is ultimately on his own. She does comfort and talk to him when he is behaving this way, but she never indulges. Am I having the wrong approach or is my wife? Feedback is greatly appreciated.
Well, you're about to get it, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when I heard this one, I was like, I just read the title. I didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this would be a good discussion because Zay and I have this. Like, I'm definitely a lot more lenient than you or Zane are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I was just like, oh, this would be a good discussion topic. So that's why I sent it to you to read. Now, let me mansplain this a little to you for a little bit.
Do not mansplain anything to me, sir. You may have your opinion, but you do not mansplain nothing.
No, I was just joking, but
I was too.
I know. In this case, I agree with the wife. I think like
no.
I think the wife was right in this.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be like, if Kalia was like, I'm not going to eat this ice cream unless it's out of this bowl. I'm like, fuck you, just dump it. I wouldn't have fought on that. Well, I don't know. Like that particular example, I might have.
But I mean, he's 3 at that point.
I thought he was 5 at that point.
I mean, in the
okay, you're right. At 3, I probably would have been a bit more accommodating. But ultimately, I'm like, I don't think it matters that much. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. Because between the two of us, you were definitely the stricter.
He was 3 when he started going through so I guess maybe he was 5 when he wasn't doing the food, but that's still 5 fucking years old. So I'm sorry. I'm not fucking sleeping on a floor.
Oh, yeah, no.
Every fucking night.
No,
until my child says they don't want to sleep in my bed.
Oh, yeah. No, I would have never done that.
What the fuck is, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would have never done that either.
I would make it a point, this is not an every night thing. But if my baby's scared or is sick, come on in. They're babies.
Yeah. At that age, I don't know if I would have allowed them to sleep in the bed with us because I get too hot and I'm not.
Well, you have reasons as to why. I'm just but me. So come on in, get on the other side of the bed, whatever. Yeah. Sleep on the foot of the bed, make a pallet in the floor.
Yeah, I probably would have in the pallet.
Whatever you want to do to feel safe. Baby don't feel safe if he's scared. And then when babies are sick, they're just pitiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could say no to that. I know I'm the strict one, but damn, I'm not that fucking strict. You know?
I was thinking back when Kalia was 5 and she tried to sleep with us a couple times and I tried to allow it once and I was like, I just can't do it.
Right.
I get too hot and she wants to snuggle and I'm like, you cannot touch me at night because I just will sweat and be miserable.
Yeah. And that's understandable.
Yeah.
There's 2 of you guys in the bed, but you can make some type of
compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the compromise is you sleep in your bed, but I'm going to sleep on the floor next to you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. And I talk a big game, but honestly, if Kalia had said nicely, I was like, can I please have it in a different bowl? I'd be like, all right, but you have to wash this one. I probably would have been fine with, I probably would have done that. I don't know. It's a hard, oh shush. I don't know if y'all heard that. Zane just said it's a hard knock life. No, it's not a hard knock life. It's your privileged children that are growing up in middle class America. They're probably fine. But it's a gray area. It's just like,
everyone's going to have their own opinion.
Yeah.
On the bowl thing, I'd be like, maybe the first time, be like, hey, don't like the bowl mama uses, pick the bowl when I say there's going to be ice at 3, 4, 5, whatever.
All right. So what about the macaroni and cheese bullshit though?
Well, so I go back to a pediatrician at one point telling one of my friends' kids, if all they eat is cookies, they're eating fucking cookies. Just let them eat the fucking.
At 5?
I mean, still 5, yeah, because I mean, they're still babies. I mean, I'm when it comes to the babies,
which is
or
funny.
Eat off my fucking plate. Why can't the baby eat off my plate? I don't understand that part. Or here, hey, look, all this part is off my plate and I'm just going to put it on your plate so you can get what you want. You can figure something out where the baby will feel like they're eating your food, but it's just off their plate. Yeah. You can figure some shit out. I mean, use your imagination.
I don't know. When I thought of this, I just remembered when we first got Wesley and how strict you were about him picking shit up off the ground. Because we were all like, what the fuck is she doing?
But that's different.
Oh, do tell.
Food and picking dirty shit off the ground.
Okay. Tell me more.
And guess what?
Yeah.
He still picks dirty shit off the ground.
Uh-huh.
And takes it fucking home.
Uh-huh.
I tried to squash that shit.
Did it work?
And because y'all letting him pick shit off, saying, hey, you shouldn't be that fucking strict about him picking shit up off the ground.
Yeah.
It's a difference between food.
Yeah.
You want your baby to eat.
I do want my baby to eat, but at the same time,
I don't want my baby to get so fucking hungry that they're going to finally cave in because they feel like their stomach is eating them up from the inside.
But even in the notes it said the child finally got so hungry he ate.
That's what I'm saying. Babies shouldn't get so fucking hungry that they finally cave into eating. When all you had to do is figure out a way, if you don't want them to eat off your plate or your fork, then here's mama's fork. Here's some of mama's food. I just put it on your plate. How hard is that?
Yeah. I will say, and
I find it funny that I'm like...
Yeah. You're like, let them be lenient. And I'm just like, oh, fuck that. The leniency part, I probably will allow it like once. If something I didn't want them to do, but I'm like, okay, we're going to do this once, but this is not going to be a repeat. And we're going to find some other way to do this. I don't know. I get the impression he's like, the husband's not super happy with the harshness at which he's handling this.
Yeah.
So Jennifer and I are not expert parents. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
No.
Even 7 years into this, like neither of us know what we're doing.
Nope.
But I would say the important thing is to find a way that you fuck the kids. You need to find a way that the husband and the wife can work together, so you're not resenting each other. Because that's the important you got to take care of the babies.
Yeah, definitely.
But you got to be a united front, and you're not feeling resentful of the other one's style.
Yeah, but she doesn't sound like she's going to compromise in any way. And he's trying by saying, oh, baby, no. But then he feels bad because he just wants his baby to eat.
I don't know. With the eating thing, I would have been, even at 5 years old, especially at 5 years old, I would have been like, nah.
I don't know.
If you don't like it, just sorry.
Yeah.
But
I was super strict in the beginning because I'm German. My mama was super strict. Mm-hmm. And you can always
ease up
on your strictness, but you can't start off all, ooh, yes day, every day, and then try to be strict. That's how I thought in the beginning of this whole journey, because I felt like that would make more sense in the grand scheme of things.
Well, I mean, that's what they tell.
It didn't really work very well, but it's just because of his age, an asshole, but... I didn't get him from a baby.
Yeah.
I gotta admit it.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. That hormone, teenage,
yeah. No, I agree.
Middle school shit is for the birds. And I should have got that 17-year-old girl. Hell, she'd done already been graduated. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's every parenting style is different. You should definitely talk about how you want to parent.
Yep. And I don't think we know enough about this family to judge who's right or wrong.
No.
But I do think that they probably need to have some sort of mediation to figure out a way to do this better so they're both happy.
I mean, she sounds like a German to me. Because that's...
She may be a Mexican mama.
She could be Mexican. She could have chancla ready.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
But I think after, like, the first time baby wanted to come into the room, okay, let's talk about this. Why, for a whole year, would you sleep on the floor?
Yeah. That one blows my mind.
That just, to me...
is weird.
I'm old. I'm not sleeping on no fucking floor.
No. Yeah, I remember when we got first Kalia, I was like, you tried it once. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I was like, if she was really sick, I might let her sleep on a pallet on the floor. But
I had a nightmare.
She had nightmares though, and I would just I would stay with her for a little bit.
Well, see, but you comforted her.
Yeah, I would definitely get up and comfort her, but I would not go to sleep with her.
It doesn't sound like Mama wanted a comfort.
Well, they took turns sleeping in the room, so they obviously did.
That's not really, that's just sleeping on the fucking floor.
I feel like we just don't know enough about this whole situation, but yeah. It was a good conversation. Yeah, I haven't seen you this animated in a conversation in a while.
I mean, I let the baby fucking eat. I don't see,
as you,
especially as a biological child.
What does that have to do with anything?
But I mean, like, some people worry, about different things, but, like, this is your child. You guys made them together. Germs is germs. Why can't that baby eat off your plate? 5 years old.
Nah. Why can't that baby pick up shit off the ground? Oh, I got a dirty look.
Because it's shit off the ground.
I'm just picking on you, Jennifer.
Two different concepts, Jason.
Well, I got one.
Now you stay out of it.
But I mean, like...
I was just trying to egg you on.
No, but I really don't understand why the baby can't eat off your plate. I would let Ayana eat off my plate.
Maybe it's just a weird thing.
She put her fingers in my mouth. I don't know where them fingers been. She's a baby. She was 5. AJ, my brother, the twins, Noah Bug, any of them, eat. If you're this is the only fucking way you're gonna eat, fucking take half of it. Whatever. My plate is your plate.
Nah.
I just think, I don't know. You don't think that the baby can eat off your plate?
I wouldn't have a problem with him eating on my, like, I wouldn't have a problem with the baby eating on my plate. But they're like, it's not specifically the eating off the plate. It's there are some things I just won't do. Like, like there's some things I'm like, okay, this is my boundary and I just won't allow it. So like I can, apparently that's hers. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's not necessarily where I would have drawn the boundary, but it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But I'm also like, I think at 5, if they're acting like, oh, I'm not going to eat unless it's off your plate, I'm like, nah, that kind of behavior needs to be like gotten rid of, but not our families. So.
That's true.
But this is a good discussion.
Yeah. Y'all, let us know what y'all think, because I feel like I'm all by myself.
No,
I'm on my own little island over here. Just let the baby eat.
Which is funny because like Jennifer's a much stricter parent than I am, and
I just want the baby to eat. I mean, I think 5 is still a baby. Not like, I know kindergarten, but like, they're still figuring shit out.
Oh, I know.
Now, if it was a 10-year-old, if Clea was like, Auntie J, only way I'm going to eat is off your plate. Well, fuck you got your own plate. Big difference.
Yeah.
I think, like,
I agree.
Age-wise.
I agree.
Yeah, that one got me. We got time for another one.
No, we don't have time for another one.
I talked too much. I'm sorry, guys.
No, this is exactly what I was hoping for, so I love it. All right, so get our transition point. So for all our 12 listeners out there, if you have any funny stories about your kids,
or if you need some bad parenting advice, apparently I have a lot of it, or if you have any ideas for topics,
email us at guidetopoorparenting@gmail.com.
What we eating today, Jason?
Well, the other day we had Miss Molly, a few weeks back we had Miss Molly on the podcast, and we were, so this podcast will come out 2 weeks after Molly's podcast episode, and when Jennifer and I we got some pretzel time pretzels, and for Molly, because I'm like, oh, what about soft pretzels? And Pretzel Time and Great American Cookie Company in the same store. So I was like, Jennifer, go get some cookies for the podcast. So we've been chewing on some. I got some double fudge double fudge chocolate chip cookies, and you had M&M.
And I want to say it was macadamia nut.
Oh, was that macadamia nut?
Yeah.
No.
That was good. Both of them were very yummy. They're all gone.
So, okay. So now we've had our cocktail. We've had our snack time.
Now it's your story time.
Yes. So, like for people who listen to the podcast, you know that Jennifer comes over for every Sunday dinner for Wesley and Jennifer come over Sunday and have Sunday dinner with us. And, every week I'm always like, what do y'all want for next week? Cause I get tired of trying to figure out what to make.
Right.
And, I'll go around and ask, and usually Wes is like, oh, I don't know.
And I always say the same thing because it's
Yeah.
my favorite, the risotto.
Yep. And so I was just asking, and Kalia piped up. She's like, I want black people food. And we, like, all the adults just started cracking up. It was like, girl. I think you were like, oh yeah, let's make some chitlins for her. And I was like, how about some pickled pig's feet? And she's like, okay, maybe not that black folks food.
Yeah. And then because I was like, black people like chitlins. It's half and half.
Yeah.
From the black people that I know.
And I was about to say,
who like it and who don't. Like half my family does, half my family doesn't. I tried it so I can yuck their yum. I
Yep.
do not like chitlins, even with hot sauce. It's just the consistency of it. It's just chewy.
yeah.
And then when you know what it is, extra. But when we told her what it was, I don't want those black people foods.
but it was funny. It's like, when she said black people food, it's like I try to make soul food, not specifically soul food, but it's like I'll make greens pretty regularly just because I like them and they're pretty easy to make. And
you got Drew's recipe for
Yep.
mac and cheese, which is a really good macaroni and cheese.
Yep. I've been looking around. I was like, I need a good like black family mac and cheese recipe, because all the ones I've been doing have been all the Bon Appetit like white shit, and it's like, it's okay, but it's kind of gritty, and it was just like not very good. And I was like, I need something like stick to your bone shit, like you
Put
get
your
it.
foot in it.
Yeah. And I tried one that had like 4 pounds of cheese in it.
Yeah.
And it was good, but it was heavy.
Reheat it.
Yeah.
It was not yummy reheated.
And it was very heavy.
Yeah.
And then we went and saw a movie with your friend Drew, who's actually been on the podcast.
Yep.
And she gave me a recipe, and it was like, oh, I'll try it. And
We love it.
love it.
Definitely. Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
That's funny. Like, I mean, because I told them about that last night and was like, so half of the room was like, oh yeah, I like chitlins. And another half was like, I don't like chitlins. And I wasn't meaning that was a black people food, but because she just said that, I was like, let me get something that I know that she's fat and ew and I don't, kind of thing.
So if you enjoy black people's food, email
Or
us.
white people's food.
Yeah, that's the
Or
email
get
us.
in trouble for saying at work that is this black people or white people mac and cheese.
Because Jennifer's so naughty.
I got
Either way, thanks for listening to another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting.
If you like our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you don't like our podcast, just like when our kids throw a fit because they didn't like either of the two things we offered for them for dinner,
Tough shit.
go to bed hungry, you
You don't
bastard.
get no more fucking choices.
Bye.
Bye.